Hello, I am Abhinav and I work as a BMS algorithm development engineer and a battery and simulation engineer at Decibels Lab. Here at Decibels Lab, we conduct many different types of cell testing on different types of lithium-ion cells, so namely NMC type and LFP type. So the objective of one of the tests is to see and observe how the lithium-ion cell performs with respect to change in ambient temperatures. So for example, we have three different types of temperature intervals, that is at 0 degrees Celsius, 25 degrees Celsius and 45 degrees Celsius. And one of the types of cells is this NMC cell, which is from the brand called Cham, and it's an 18650 NMC type cell, which has been subjected to this kind of a temperature profile. So the two types of characterization tests that have been conducted is a static capacity discharge test, which gives information on how the cell's discharge capacity varies with ambient temperature. So naturally at 0 degrees Celsius, it's totally different from that of 25 degrees Celsius, which is different from that of 45 degrees Celsius. Along with this test, another type of test called as Pulse Power Characterization or HPPC is also performed in order to determine the cell's internal resistance. This too will change with respect to temperature. So further on, we will see how the graphs also vary with respect to temperature. By performing this test, the information that we get is the variation of both the capacity and the resistance with ambient temperature. So you can see here in the screen how the graph looks like for that of the capacity and for that of the resistance. So you can see that for the cell, the capacity goes on decreasing as and when the temperature also goes on decreasing. So you can see at 45 degrees Celsius, it gives you higher capacity, and in 25 it gives slightly lesser, and then at 0 it is very less. The same way for internal resistance, you can see that it changes with ambient temperature. So at 0 degrees Celsius, you will notice that the resistance is very high, and for 25 degrees Celsius, it is slightly lesser, and for 45 degrees Celsius, it is the lowest. So capacity has a direct relationship with ambient temperature, and resistance has an inverse relationship with ambient temperature. So that is the information that we get from performing this type of test, utilizing the equipment that we have here at Decibels. So we use a data acquisition device with a cell testing machine, that is a newer 5 volt 20 amps machine that we can see here along with the software. And here is the climate chamber, also known as the environment chamber, where we can set the ambient temperature anywhere between minus 25 degrees Celsius to plus 95 degrees Celsius. So again, the interval that we have chosen is 0, 25 and 45 degrees Celsius. And by performing this test, we get the characteristics of the cell at each of these temperature intervals. You can find the link to download this data in the video description. And after having downloaded this data, you can utilize the information of capacity and resistance by developing a MATLAB script. So once we develop this MATLAB script, it can be oriented in such a way that it can extract this information and then load it into a simulate model, which is a lithium-ion cell model, could be of a 1RC type or of a 2RC type. Once you load the information there, you are then able to simulate and validate the model and then understand how the cell behaves with different temperatures and different situations. Thank you.